Well, everything changes, everything improves. I mean, whatever it is in life. I mean, just look at what you're using right here. Freaking phones, cell phones. I mean, shit, there's more power in that than when they went to the moon, for God's sake. So yes, things change. Everything's going to change. Everything's going to evolve, and it's done that with the game. Some things are good, some things aren't so good. I mean, too much one-on-one a lot of times for a lot of teams, which to me is really boring to watch. Play team basketball, pass, cut, move, make the defense make some freaking decisions, and play unselfishly, and that's kind of fun to watch. And play defense. Commit yourself to defense. That's one of the reasons the Warriors are doing well. It's one of the reasons Cleveland's doing well. They're a big surprise this year. They're a good defensive team. They keep themselves in the game, and so the game is simple. You call me a purist, old school. No, this is the way the game was designed to be played. And it doesn't matter whether you're shooting threes or not. I mean, you adjust your defense, you adjust accordingly. You don't go under screens, you jump screens, you just take away the three-point shot for a lot of people. I mean, you just play smart defense and make the other team have to earn what they're getting, and don't make it easy for them. Make sure they're always getting challenged. You don't give them easy paths to the basket. You watch some of these games, the guy's 20 feet from the basket, he winds up driving in for a dunk. What are you kidding me? Where the hell is the defense? I mean, that's a total breakdown in defense. So, I mean, it's not a complicated game, and yet they do make it complicated. So, I just have a hard time. You get so caught up on athleticism. You take the athlete, give me the guy who knows how to play.
So, it's great that you say that, because it was interesting. People keep talking about 75 and how the game has evolved, and you're like, it really hasn't. It's still basically the same game.
Well, it's the same game, but it's not played the same way because there's more emphasis on the three-point shooting. There's too much emphasis on one-on-one stuff, and they still sometimes abuse the three-point shot. I mean, the three-point shot used properly is a great weapon. It's a great weapon, but it shouldn't be your primary weapon. The Warriors lost the championship because they did nothing but shoot three-point shots in Game 7 against Cleveland when LeBron made that incredible block. But other than that, Iggy's breakaway, every shot they took was a distance three-point shot. It was just everything from the perimeter. Go to the damn basket, get to the free throw line, put some points on the board. That was one of the worst seventh games in the history. Was probably the worst last 4 minutes and 20 or 40 seconds of NBA's Finals Game 7s in the history of the league. One three-point shot by Kyrie Irving, one of two free throws by LeBron James. That was it. It was horrible.
So you don't see them really, the league, and having to do anything. Let's say we're talking about the 75.
Well, because you get the officials to call it by the rule book.
Okay.
Stop the traveling, stop the carrying the ball, stop the moving screens. Call the damn game according to the rule book, because players will adjust. If you're going to allow them to get away with it, hell, of course I'll keep doing it. Call the game according to the rule book. It's such an advantage to let a guy carry the basketball or take an extra step. That's ridiculous. Or a guy to move on offense. I mean, what are you giving all this advantage to guys for? They're breaking the rules. Call the game according to the rule book. I charted a game a few years ago, Chicago, Atlanta. 59 moving screens weren't called. 59. That's insane. I can't even tell you how many times they carried the ball, how many times they traveled with the ball. It's pathetic. For me to watch this game the way I was taught how to play the game and to watch this and what they allow to let go, it's an embarrassment. I'm sorry, it is. It's an incredible game. The athletes are incredible. What they can do is incredible. But they're getting away with murder. And I blame the officials. Call the damn game accordingly. And it's the same thing with screens. I'll give you a good lesson here. Okay? You hear even the coaches, when I'm hearing the coaches saying, well, he didn't set a very good screen. Trust me, guys, a player doesn't set a screen. Doesn't say when you have to set something, it implies that you need to do something. You have to set a screen. That's not your responsibility. Your responsibility, as my teammate for Clifford Ray, let's say, is to learn to put yourself in the most advantageous position to allow me to take my man and run my man into him, thereby making him a screener. He's a stationary object. He only becomes a screener if I run my man into him. So if I do a crappy job of setting my man up and he's going to come over the screen, what does he think? Well, I'm supposed to set a screen. So he moves a little bit to try to what? Set a screen. That's a violation. It's a moving screen. It's a foul. Officials don't call it unless you take a guy's head off. That's the problem with the pick and roll play. They don't run it properly, they don't understand it properly, and even the coaches are talking not intelligently about it. It's not, you don't set a screen. You put yourself in position to become a screener. I mean, seriously, that's pretty simple.
You said there's so much emphasis on the one-on-one and the three. What I asked Elvin earlier actually is connecting guys that are playing now with players from the past and watching that era of basketball and them respecting your guys' like era. Is there like a good way for you guys to connect those two generations, or like a better way?
Well, first of all, what are you comparing 20 years ago to today? I mean, it's a different game. I mean, just compare the guys today and what they're doing to the guys that are playing today. Don't compare them before. People say, "Oh, Rick, you guys couldn't play today." I said, "You're out of your mind." I said, "You must be on drugs." I said, "You know how much better I would be if I was playing today?" Seriously. I had no weightlifting. We had no strength coach, no agility coach. We had no dietitian. We did everything. We did nothing to help us. I'd be faster, stronger, quicker, more endurance, jump higher. I'd be so much better a basketball player today than I was back when I played, because of the training and the sophistication of what goes on in every sport. So to say that statement is insane.
Okay.
All of us would be way better, way better. Plus the fact we knew how to play.
I got it. Okay.
We actually knew how to run a pick and roll play properly. We understood the game. A lot of these players don't understand the game. They have so much unbelievable talent, they don't know how to utilize it properly. And as good as some of them are, they'd be a lot better if they really knew how to use that incredible God-gifted talent that they have. But they don't, because they weren't taught the game properly.